Hi, my name is Lindy from Project Portfolio Office. The purpose of this video is to explain the steps on how to build a lifecycle page. We're not going to be building a fully fledged page, but I will be covering all the basics that you need to know. As a quick recap, when you are logged into PPO and to access your lifecycle, you click on the main menu. This takes you to your landing page. PPO out of the box has a 6-phase landing page. This is basically a visual representation of your organization's methodology. Clicking into any of these items, we've got the drill through capability that takes you through to your swim lanes, indicating the steps needed to get to a next as an example. Clicking on the icons, you'll also see process steps, and we have the ability to do links, but that's not going to be the focus of today. Let me start with showing a couple of examples of lifecycle pages. So here we've got a full portfolio management lifecycle. Here we have an example of an organization running infrastructure projects. Here we have our own PPO landing page where we've broken it up into business units. And here's an example of an agile lifecycle. Okay, so what tools do we need to build a lifecycle and visualize that in PPO? So we would need Microsoft Visio. Some of our clients prefer first building a lifecycle page in PowerPoint before transferring it back into Visio. When going the PowerPoint approach, just make sure that each and every icon or image is a separate image so that you have the ability to put a click or drill through or process steps on all of those. Okay, so let's start with Visio. Here I've got my Visio open. I select a blank drawing, select metric units and create. The first step that we do is we have to set our page size. So under design, under size, we select more page sizes, and we've tried and tested this one, and what works best is 366 by 208. So there's 366 by 208. You apply and you click OK. For this exercise, I'm going to use a swim lane example. So I'm going to start off in PowerPoint. So here on my first slide, what I can do is I can insert shapes. So I'm just quickly going to draw a block over here. I do not want a blue background. So I can just select this over here, and it just gives me a plain border. I can use the lines over here to draw my swim lanes, and I can copy that and I can paste and draw as many as I need just to save some time. I've already done that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy my swim lanes. I'm just going to select all. I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it as a picture in Visio. So if I go back to my Visio and I right click paste special, paste it as a picture. So here we've got our swim lanes. We can make these a little bit bigger if needed. The next step is adding some icons. So you might have a graphic designer at your organization that can give you a set of icons that you can use for yours. But if you are logged into PPO and you hover over the help menu and go to our support portal, you can search for icons. And we have an article for our icon library. You'll see there's a zipped folder link that you can download, and there's another link that you can follow here for examples of icons to use. Okay, back to my Visio. I'm now going to insert some icons. So I click Insert, Pictures. I have saved my icons in my Downloads folder, and for this demonstration, I'm just going to select any 3 images and I'm going to insert them. You can currently see these images are very small, so I'm just going to make them a little bit bigger, and then I'm going to place them where I need them. So let's say we have one over here, and another over here. So that's inserting our icons. I'll chat to alignment shortly. Secondly, if we want to insert text, so we click on this little text icon over here, and I'm just going to use an example of saying step 1. In terms of fonts, what generally works best for us is Arial. So if I just select this text and I change the font to Arial, I'm going to make the font size 12. Depending on your picture, it'll differ. I'm just going to copy this one and I'm going to paste it twice because I'm just going to move these in under my icons. Once I've done that, let me just zoom out. I'm going to select all 3 of these and I just want to get them in alignment. So under Align, I'm just going to say Align Center. Something important to note in terms of adding the text is that certain browsers show text differently. So what we advise our clients to do is to take your icon as well as your wording, do a copy of that and paste special as a picture. Then you won't have any issues that wording will show differently in different browsers. So here is my image. I'm going to get rid of those 2 and I'm just going to use this one. Okay, so you have the ability to use the connector tool within Visio. So if I want to connect this icon to the next, you just drag it. We then go to lines. If we want to make it an arrow to show down, we can do that. Let me select that one. Something else important is that these connectors must also be made into pictures. So once I've done my connector from the one to the next, I switch to my pointer tool, I select, I copy it, I right click and I paste special into a picture. So here is the image that I can use and I can get rid of this connector that I have there, just to ensure that we don't get any errors when we upload this into PPO. Okay, next is to save our page as an SVG so that we can upload it into PPO. So I'm going to go Save As. I'm putting it in my Downloads folder. The type must be Scalable Vector Graphics, SVG, and I'm just calling it Swim Lane 1 for now. Okay, so when adding the document to PPO, we generally put it against our template and methodology project. You give it a short title and a short description. We find the file wherever it has been saved. Here's my SVG. The type, we also generally select PPO lifecycle, and you can add it in the working or approved status depending on where you're at. Okay, so now it has been added as a document on PPO. And in our next video, what we are going to cover is how we set these pages that we add as documents as landing pages, and we'll also show how we make the lifecycle interactive by linking pages to each other. Thanks for watching.